Have you ever received an email that just felt, well, off? Like something about it just didn't sit right with you, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it? Maybe the formatting was a little weird, the logo looked a bit fuzzy, or the offer was just too good to be true. Well, your spidey sense might be right. Trusting your gut is like the superpower of the internet age. Today we're diving into the top 10 red flags that could save you from falling victim to online scams. Because let's be real, the internet is amazing. It's a universe of information, connection, cat videos, you name it. But like any universe, it's got its dark corners. And in those corners lurk the scammers. Hi there. I'm an executive from Scam Shield, and I'm here to be your guide, your internet bodyguard, well, you get the idea. We're going to arm you with the knowledge to navigate the digital world safely. Just like how we look out for each other in real life, we need to be extra vigilant online. By being aware of these red flags, you can protect yourself and your hard-earned money. So let's jump right in and expose those sneaky tactics scammers use. Okay, first up, let's talk about email addresses. They seem simple, right? But they can be the first clue that something's fishy. Scammers often use fake email addresses that look very similar to legitimate ones. Think Amaz0n.com instead of Amazon.com or Facebook instead of Facebook. See what they did there? Sneaky, right? These subtle changes are easy to miss if you're not paying close attention. And that's exactly what scammers are banking on. You being too busy, too trusting, or too excited about that prize you've won to notice. But here's the thing. Legitimate companies put a lot of effort into their branding, and that includes their email addresses. So before you click on any links or reply to any messages, take a good hard look at the sender's email address. Does it look right? Is it spelled correctly? Does it come from the company's official domain name? If something seems even slightly off, don't risk it. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Think of it this way, if you met someone claiming to be a celebrity, you'd probably want more than just their word for it, right? You might ask for ID, check their social media, or even do a quick Google search. The same principle applies online. Don't just take an email at face value. Do your due diligence and verify the sender before you engage. Remember, a little bit of skepticism can go a long way in protecting yourself online. And hey, if you're ever unsure about an email address, you can always reach out to the company directly through their official website or customer service line. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Have you ever noticed how scammers love to create a sense of urgency? It's like they're trying to pressure you into making a decision before you have time to think straight. They might say things like, "This offer is only valid for the next 24 hours, or act now before it's too late." And you know what? Sometimes those tactics work. When we feel pressured, we're more likely to make mistakes. We might click on a link without thinking, hand over personal information, or even send money to someone we don't know. But here's the thing. Legitimate companies don't need to resort to these kinds of tactics. They're confident in their products and services, and they're willing to give you the time you need to make an informed decision. So the next time you come across an email or a website that's trying to rush you into doing something, take a deep breath and step back. Ask yourself, why the rush? Is there a legitimate reason why I need to act right this second? Or is this just a tactic to get me to let my guard down? Remember, you're in control. Don't let anyone pressure you into doing something you're not comfortable with. Take your time, do your research, and if something feels off, trust your gut. It's always better to err on the side of caution. Okay, this one might seem a little obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people fall for scams that are riddled with grammatical errors and spelling mistakes. It's like the scammers didn't even bother to proofread their work. And you know what? That's a huge red flag. Think about it. Legitimate companies have entire marketing departments dedicated to crafting the perfect message. They want their communications to be clear, concise, and professional. So if you receive an email or visit a website that looks like it was written by a fourth grader, be very wary. Now, I'm not saying that every email with a typo is a scam. We all make mistakes, right? But if you see multiple errors, especially in the same sentence, that's a sign that something's not quite right. It could be a sign that the sender is not who they claim to be, or that they're not putting much effort into their scam. Either way, it's a good idea to proceed with caution. Remember, attention to detail is a sign of professionalism. If a company can't even be bothered to spell check their emails, what does that say about their products or services? Chapter 4, Red Flag. Number 4, Requests for personal information. Keep your secrets safe. Here's a golden rule of the internet. Legitimate organizations will never ask you for sensitive personal information via email. Never. Ever. So, if you receive an email asking for your social security number, your bank account details, or your credit card information, hit that delete button faster than you can say, phishing scam. Scammers love to use phishing emails to trick people into handing over their personal information. They might pose as your bank, your email provider, or even a government agency. They might even create fake websites that look identical to the real deal. But no matter how convincing they may seem, remember this: if you didn't initiate the contact, don't give them the information. If you're ever unsure about an email, the best course of action is to contact the company directly. Don't use the contact information provided in the email, as that could lead you straight to the scammers. Instead, visit the company's official website or look up their phone number. Remember, it's your information, and you have the right to protect it. Don't let anyone pressure you into giving it away. Chapter 5, Red Flag Number 5, Too Good to Be True Offers. If it sounds like a unicorn, it probably is. We all love a good deal, right? But sometimes an offer can be so good that it's downright suspicious. If you come across an offer that seems too good to be true, it probably is. Scammers love to lure people in with promises of easy money, free prizes, or incredible discounts. But here's the thing, there's always a catch. They might ask you to pay a processing fee, provide your personal information, or click on a malicious link, and once they have what they want, they'll disappear faster than a magician's rabbit. So how can you tell if an offer is legitimate or not? First, ask yourself, is this too good to be true? If it seems like an unbelievable deal, it probably is. Second, do your research. Check out the company's website, read reviews from other customers, and see if you can find any information about the offer online. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Don't let your desire for a bargain cloud your judgment. Chapter 6, Red Flag Number 6, Suspicious Links. Hover before you click. Links can be tricky. They can lead you to legitimate websites, or they can take you on a one-way trip to Scamville. Scammers often disguise malicious links to make them look like they're from a trusted source. They might use URL shorteners, typo squatting, or even embed malicious code into seemingly harmless images. But don't worry, there's an easy way to protect yourself. Hover before you click. Before you click on any link, take a moment to hover your mouse over it. This will reveal the actual URL of the link, which you can then inspect for anything suspicious. Does the URL match the company or organization it claims to be from? Does it contain any strange characters or misspellings? If something seems off, don't click on it. It's always better to be safe than sorry. And here's a bonus tip. If you're ever unsure about a link, you can always copy and paste it into a search engine. This will often reveal whether the link is legitimate or not. Chapter 7. Red Flag Number 7, Unsolicited Attachments. Don't open that Pandora's box. Remember that old saying, curiosity killed the cat? Well, it applies to unsolicited attachments too. Opening an attachment from an unknown sender is like opening a Pandora's box of malware. You never know what you're going to get, but it's probably not good. Scammers love to use attachments to spread viruses, steal your personal information, or even take control of your computer. They might disguise these attachments as invoices, resumes, or even greeting cards, but no matter how tempting it may be to see what's inside, resist the urge. If you receive an attachment from someone you don't know, or if you're not expecting an attachment, don't open it. Delete it immediately. And if you're ever unsure about an attachment, you can always contact the sender directly to verify its authenticity. Remember, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Don't let your curiosity get the best of you. So there you have it, 7 red flags that can help you spot and avoid online scams. To recap, here are the warning signs we discussed: unusual email addresses, urgency and pressure tactics, poor grammar and spelling mistakes, requests for personal information, too good to be true offers, suspicious links, and unsolicited attachments. Now that you know these signs, I encourage you to share your experiences in the comments below. Have you ever encountered any of these red flags? What other tips do you have for staying safe online? Let's work together to create a safer online environment for everyone. Remember, knowledge is power, and by being aware of these scams, we can protect ourselves and each other. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay safe online.